Hey, how's it going, guys? Jeremy Dunson here with thedrumprofessor.com. Today we're going to be going over Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams. Really awesome artist and very, very good song. A lot of bands have actually used some of his songs as like a foundation to lay the platform for some of their own music. So it really should be a lot of fun doing this song. And if you have any other questions, just let me know. And if you have not taken advantage of a free one-on-one live jam session with me, definitely do that. It's one thing to watch a video and play it, but it's another to really learn from the creator of the videos and maybe learn some things you didn't know that you were doing wrong, or how to learn stuff faster. So here we go. Let's take it from the top.
Was it summer of '69? Me and some guys from school had a band and we tried real hard. Give me credit, so we got married. Should've known we never get far. Oh, well, look back now. The summer seemed to last forever. And if I had a choice, yeah, I would wanna be there. Those were the best days of my life.
Okay, so to get started with this, when he says Summer of '69, crash in.
Was it summer of '69?
Okay, now when you come in, you're going to crash with the bass. It's a fairly basic beat. So bass and snare, 1, 2, 3 snare. There's 3 hi-hats in between the snares. So bass and snare, 1, 2, 3 snare. And you're going to do 4 snares total. Another way to count that is just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then on and of 4, you do a bass drum, and then again on 1, so it's and 1. So to put that together, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now let's see what that sounds like with music.
Was it summer of '69? Me and some guys from school had a band and we tried real hard. Give me credit, so we got married. Should've known we never get far.
Okay, now the 4th time that you do that, we do a fill, and it's going to go like this. Let's back it up just a little bit.
Got married. Should've known we never get far.
Now, so what you do is on the 4th time, 3rd snare. After that, you start to fill. So let's say we're on the 4th time. You start to fill on 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Alright, so you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now, once you do that on 3, 1, you just do high tom, mid tom, floor tom. Now, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can do the drag with snare, and then high, mid, floor, hitting the mid and floor tom with your right hand, or you could go right hand mid tom, left hand floor tom, whichever one you prefer. I generally base my sticking on, and sticking is which stick you use, right? But I usually base my sticking on where am I crashing. If I'm going to crash left, then I use my right hand. Then my left hand has plenty of time to crash. If I'm going to crash right, I use my left hand on the floor tom. So either way, whichever one you prefer and whatever your drum set's set up like, and whichever cymbal you just feel like hitting at that time. Okay, so let's put that together, and then we'll go over the next section on the ride bell. Here we go. Starting at about 15 seconds.
Was it summer of '69? Me and some guys from school had a band and we tried real hard. Give me credit, so we got married. Should've known we never get far. Oh, well, look back now.
Alright, so now let's go over the bell of the ride cymbal.
Oh, well, look back now.
generally, whenever I'm doing the bell of the ride cymbal, I hit with the shaft of the stick where it tapers. So taper meaning it gets a little smaller. It's not as thick or as wide up here. It gets more narrow towards the end. So you hit with the taper where it starts to taper at the shaft part of the stick, hit the bell. Now I don't do that on this song because it doesn't need to be quite that heavy. I just use the bass part of the tip when I do it, and that gives me a nice sound. That's a pretty loud bell, so I'd rather not really get it too loud. Dynamics would maybe issue if I'm sitting here really hammering away on my ride cymbal bell. Okay, so once you do the fill, that's your first section. So we're gonna go bass, snare, and snare, bass, bass. Now the first bass drum of the two is by itself, and then the next one is with. So it's gonna go bass, bow, bass, bow. So we got bass, snare, and snare, bass, bow. Bass, snare, and snare, bass, bow. Now that crash is the crash after you've done your fill. That's where we started. Okay, so the whole beat is played like this. Without the music, that's how it's played. Now, if you notice, I added a hi-hat chick here. I just add the hi-hat chick on 2 and 4 throughout the whole thing. Now, if that seems to be too challenging, don't add the chick. It's all good. You can just do it without. But if you want a little bit added difficulty with the song, add the chick on 2 and 4. So that would sound like this. Another way to think of it is you're hitting it every time you hit the snare drum. Okay, so the only difference between the first part of this beat and the next, because it does section A, section B, section A, section B, or measure 1, measure 2, and then it just repeats, is you add one bass. That's it. So the first one, the next one you add one bass drum there. So let me do the first and then the second. Okay, so let's see what this sounds like with music, and then we'll go over the final crashing in this section and just break that down for you and show you how to do it. So we are going to start about 30 seconds. On 5, you do this. Let's listen to that. So it's after the second snare drum. So listen one more time real quick. And there you have it. And you're well on your way on this because it's very repetitive. This song is very, very repetitive. So there are some fills and some different things in here. But that gives you a really good idea of how the song is going to be played. Just a little bit of a bonus for you on this video. I'm going to show you the fill coming up. So we're going to skip to the fill and show you how to do that too. Here we go. Check it out. One more time. So the fill, and this was at 1 minute 36 seconds. So first step, you're going to go bass and snare, 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 bass, bass. That's your first step. So you got, to get that, think of somebody says a joke. But you do snare, snare, bass instead. Let's listen and you can hear that. Now, after you do this, you do dig it at that, dig it at that. So you're going to do snare, high mid, snare, high mid. It's going to go dig at that. So it's 3 in a row, no spaces. And then 2 floor toms. Now let's listen, then I'll play it, and we're good. 135. Now playing it. And there you have it. So that's one of the more challenging fills in this song. Hope that helped you out a lot, guys. I love this song. It's really a fun drumming part, even though it's fairly basic compared to some other songs. It does have its fair share of challenges with it as well. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. If you need any further help at all, schedule a free one-on-one live jam session, and I'd love to help you out, see where you're at, and show you how to get to the next level in 1 month. Thanks so much, guys. Take care. Stay awesome. Rock on.